kaymade-tech here again. Okay, so what are we doing today? Yesterday, or in my last video, we looked at vulnerability scanning tool using Nexus, and we scanned our metasploitable VM. Today, we'll be looking at another tool called OpenVAS. That's Open Vulnerability Assessment System. So that's the tool we're going to be using today. And we're going to be using our Kali Linux virtual machine and our metasploitable virtual machine. Okay, it's usually you cannot or you should not go scan other people's computers or virtual machines or servers or network for vulnerability. It's illegal to do that if you do not have authorization to do so. In order to practice hands-on, it is recommended that you have a controlled system. What I mean by a control system is to have like a box, a virtual box manager where you can install various virtual machines. As you can see on the screen here, I do have a virtual box and I have various machines installed in here. So if you do not have a control system, I will recommend you to go through my previous videos. That way you will be able to install, configure a virtual box manager and also install and configure virtual machines in that box. And once you do that, we'll be able to do hands-on vulnerability scans, ethical hacking, various things in the cybersecurity space. All right. Now that we have, like I explained earlier, we'll be using Metasploitable and also Kali Linux. Also to note, they are both on the same network adapter, meaning they do not have access to the internet. However, they do have access to one another. They can communicate with one another. They can ping. If you want to know more about this, go to my previous video. I believe I explained it much better and expatiately. Yeah. Okay. So let me log into my Kali Linux. All right. And also confirming that I've this running and confirm the IP address ifconfig 192.168.50.122 tells us network is dot 50. All right. Just to confirm that the Kali Linux is also on the same network, ifconfig. So it shows us that this is also on the same network. Let me increase the font size. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have that out of it. So OpenVAS, like I explained, it provides a detailed output of vulnerabilities discovered during a security scan. Similar to Nexus, the result offers comprehensive data about the issues detected on the target system, including severity level, affected services, and potential remediation steps. Okay, so now that we have that, how do we have OpenVerse? OpenVerse is something that we install. How do we install that? The first thing we need to do is, though I have it installed, you just need to do sudo gvm setup. Yep. So this is what we'll run. So gvm setup. Once you run this, it goes through a process. It gives you your password and everything. But this today's video is not for the installation of GVM OpenVAS. It is to scan our metasploitable VM. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to vulnerability analysis and just click here. So for those that do not have it, once you come here, you just click setup and you should start running the process. But since I have it, I'll just go with EVM start. I'm putting my password and wait for it to come up. Okay, another thing is it has a port. The port that is used for this particular one is 9392. If you recall with Nexus, the port was the 8384, thereabout. But yeah, if you watch my last video, you should see ports. I did mention it there. So the ports are different and it's on our local host. Okay, as you can see, it says opening the web UI, the interface 54321. So the next thing we expect to happen here is for the web browser to come up, and once it comes up, we are able to put in our username and password and log in. And if you are not able to wait, all you could do is click on the browser, and once you click on the browser, it should come up. Let's just give it a second here, right? So that's login screen should show up, right? So like I explained, once you run the EVM setup, it gives you the username is usually admin, then it provides you a password. Have the opportunity to password. Can't change the password here. Once you go to settings, you can change the password. So how do we go about this? Go to here, scan, task, then we'll go here, task. Can give it a name or what just type out task. Then we'll gonna type it here again. And put the IP address here where you see host dot 50.1 and down. Okay. So just click here, yeah, add in the back, metasploitable that. Once this is complete, we'll be able to output results. And all right, so our scan is complete. As you see it here, that's the date. We'll click on it. It's loading the report. So the beautiful thing about this report is it gives us a detailed information on all that has been reported. Each vulnerability discovered is associated with a unique identifier known as OID, Object Identifier, or NVTID, Network Vulnerability Test ID. Right. Okay. So it has loaded. So result, it says 68 of 500 and this. Okay. So what do we have here? So as you can see, result, the host. The host is the IP address for Metasploitable. Ports tells us all the ports it spans. It tells us the severity. So port 80 is high, 512 high, 513 high, port 21 also high, and port 23, port 22. Port 22 is our secure shell. That's medium. So this is Samba 445. So the beautiful thing about this information is that for a blue team member, all you need to do with a report like this, go through it and you begin to fix whatever is high. You try to bring it down, right? For a red team member, what you do with this kind of reports, you begin to look for exploits. How can I exploit this? All right, because these are vulnerabilities. So what I need to do as a red team member is to do an exploit. How do I remote into this? How do I make use of this vulnerability? And for the blue team, yours is how do I prevent an attacker to make use of this vulnerability? So I need to fix it. I need to close ports. I need to patch management. All right. So applications, these are the applications. There's 20 applications, operating system, CVE references. As you can see, CVE references, that's the common vulnerability and exposures. So these are the references, and it gives us their severity also. And TLC, this has to do with uh what's the name? That's transport layer socket. Yeah, transport. Okay, error messages. MVT timed out after 320 seconds. HTTP detection. Right. So if we look at the results, get more from the result, we can click on any of it and it will also give us more information. So let us look for one common, this BSFTPD compromise source package backdoor vulnerability. So if you click on this, it gives you a summary. BSFTPD is prone to backdoor vulnerability detection result. Vulnerability was detected according to the detection method. Product detection results, it gives you the product, it gives you the method, and this is the OID, which I earlier explained as the object identifier. It gives you the insight. Affected software, so it's telling us that any software with this version 2.3.4 is affected, and it was loaded between, this is June 30, 2011 and June July 3rd, 2011. Impact. Attackers can exploit these issues to execute arbitrary commands in the context of the application. Successful attacks will compromise the affected application. Solution. The repair package can be downloaded from the referenced vendor's homepage. Please validate the package with its signature. So the beautiful, okay, these are the references and others. So the beautiful thing about this is that it gives you the problem, it gives you the solution. Okay, it gives you both the problem and the solution. We can take a look at another one. It says RSH unencrypted clear text login. Right? What does it say? This remote host is running a RSH service. The RSH service is misconfigured, so it is allowing connection without a password or with default root credentials. Can you imagine? Mitigation. Disable the RSH service and use alternatives like SSH instead. And also, even the SSH is compromised. Look at it here for 22. Weak host key algorithms. Okay, so remote SSH server is configured to allow and support weak encryption algorithm. So you can see that this is also the version of the SSH here, that's the Open SSH, is weak, is outdated. So we need to upgrade this. I believe that's what it's going to tell us here. There's the remote SSH server supports the following weak. So if you remember from the onset, I said this particular metasploitable is made purposely to be vulnerable. So that is why you have a lot of bread. So it says solution to this problem, disable the reported weak encryption algorithms. It gives us references also. All right, so if you watch the two videos, you'll be able to compare Nexus and OpenVAS, or it's now called Greenbone Security Assistance. All right, so it's important you look through this and you see which one serves your purpose. And it's also good to, if you have an opportunity to run the two, so you can always compare results in case there's anything like a false positive. No. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I would appreciate you if you could please like, share, and subscribe. And look out for the next video. Also, if you do have any feedback for us, please put it in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to respond to it. Thank you.